This is giving opinions. In this kind of essays, you're going to be given a topic and probably two or three opinions, options. And you have to choose one, and you have to give supporting ideas. For each
Mm.
supporting idea, you will have to write a paragraph. So for example, if I choose one option and I have two reasons, in the body, I will have two paragraphs. But plus introduction and conclusion, that is four paragraphs. If I have three reasons, that means that I will have five paragraphs. So to make things faster during the exam, I suggest that two good reasons is fine. Because if you have many reasons, you have to write many paragraphs, and probably we have 20, 30 minutes and time will not be enough. Also remember that the thesis statement is very important. Do you remember what thesis statement is, Luis?
Mm, it's like the first sentence of the essay.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Is the main idea of the essay. Mm-hmm.
yes,
Mm-hmm. And it has the controlling ideas. Do you have any idea
mm,
what controlling ideas are?
it's like the ideas that define what the essay is gonna be about.
Exactly. So the controlling ideas basically are going to be your reasons. If you have two
Mm,
reasons, that is two controlling ideas. And that is two paragraphs in the body. Basically, that's important. And then we have the layout in which you will be copy paste, copy paste. Step 3, which is the hook that we have already talked about that. Step 4 is give some background so the audience can understand what you're talking about. And then the step 5, which is the thesis statement with the controlling ideas. And each controlling idea is going to provoke a paragraph. So that's why a transition, transitions or basically expressions that you can use to say the first reason is, or first I would say. Then you have to paraphrase what is stated in the introductory paragraph and also paraphrase the controlling ideas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on how many you have. And then write a closing sentence or question if you consider important. As I told you, questions at the end of the essays make essays very interesting. However, that is the way most people use, and as it has become very famous. I do not recommend so much that you use that style. But if you like, that's fine. Personally, I have been using that style for many years. But probably if you are applying to university, probably a scholarship, probably that won't be something different because all the other people are going to do the same. So you're not going to do different things. You just give me a second. Okay. So as last class, I have a Word document in which I copied to make things easier. And then this is the topic I chose. This topic is also real from a TOEFL exam. Please, could you please read that topic?
mm. For higher education, we have two options: universities and institutes. Which one would you choose and why?
Mm-hmm. So here, first you have to choose. In the model I wrote, I chose basically universities. Remember that you have to try to do these things fast because you have limited time to write universities. Okay, so I have made my decision. And then I have to write reasons why I consider that I would choose universities. Do you have any reasons that come to your mind, Luis? Why to choose universities instead of institutes?
Maybe because in universities the level of education is just higher, and they teach you more complex things.
Yeah, more complex topics. And what is the same? The
Uh-huh.
first thing you did, you said, I didn't listen.
The level of education is higher.
Higher education level. That's good. I
Assume
think
they teach you more complex topics. Yeah.
mhm, teach more complex topics. That's good. I think it's also the time can.
It takes longer to
Mhm,
graduate on.
yeah, takes longer. Time can give you more chances to learn. Uh, probably job in most cases, I might say better job opportunities. Mhm. What else can we say about universities? Mm, mhm. Yeah, I think we can. I think this is fine. So once you have your decision and you have your notes about some reasons, the next is to narrow your topics. Let me see my
Mm.
example. In my example, I'm sure that I chose three ones. Time of studies. Yeah, I think we agreed on that. Time of studies. Let me see what I wrote there. Yeah, time can give you chances to learn, more chances to learn. That's one of my categories. Another one that I chose is future opportunities or better job opportunities. Yeah. I put this as future opportunities, not better opportunities, so we can change it. Future opportunities, because sometimes it's not better, and also I don't want to sound like discriminatory. So future opportunities
Mm-hmm.
and purpose on society. Well, we didn't think about that, but purpose in a society. Mhm. So when I was
Mm-hmm.
doing this example, I decided to develop these three topics. So that means that I will end with five paragraphs. Okay, so then I have to create a hook. What would you include for a hook, Luis? What do you consider this would be
Mm,
like attractive for people?
mm, I don't know. I can't think of anything.
No idea. Okay, let
No.
me see what I wrote here. Okay. So that is what I wrote. Can you read it, please, Liz?
Mm, Universities worldwide represent the science and culture development of any particular society.
Mhm. Cultural development and any particular society. Then I also included this that I think I didn't include in last class, like write some background. Of course, this one in red is gonna be the first sentence that lets you open your essay and attract people's attention. However, to make it more understandable for people, write some background. So I'm gonna copy what I put for background. Remember, the intention for the background is to give more context to the
Mm-hmm.
reader. Can you read it, please, Luis?
To get higher education in most parts of the world, we have two main alternatives: universities and institutes.
Mhm. This provides us like more understandable thing. And yeah, I'm sure that most part of the world, we have universities and institutes. Sometimes it changes name, like for example, in the United States, the institutes basically are community colleges, but in other countries like Germany, etc., they have also institutes. So now that we are gonna proceed to go to the thesis statement with controlling ideas.
Mhm.
In this part, probably is the most difficult. When I was studying this kind of courses, we devoted, I think, 2 classes to formulation of thesis statements. Could you please read this, Luis?
Mm. From which I prefer the university because of time studies, future opportunities, and its purpose in a society.
Remember, always, this statement has your opinion, because in this kind of essays, they are asking for your opinion. So you have to state clearly your opinion, and then mention your reasons. In my case, as we have already seen, we have 3 reasons. Remember also that um, I am sure that you probably can consider, okay, this is my opinion, but I also think that institutes are important, or probably I can say that uh, I I am more likely in favor of universities like 80%, but 20% is for institutes. And you would like to write something like that, which is totally right, totally fine. You can make it. However, remember that this is an international exam. And as this is an international exam, probably this wish, this hope, this desire that you have to write 80% for universities and 20% for institutes or community colleges, and that is good. However, remember that this is going to create more work on you. This is going to take more time, and probably if this is your apply your your application to a university, probably uh, this would give the idea to the university that you're not sure about your opinions, that probably you're undecided person, and we wouldn't like to sound like that, right?
Mhm.
So what I suggest, Luis, is that even if you might say, no, I am 50-50 because both are fine, at least for this part, just pick the one you are more prone, more likely to pick, and just stick to that 100%. Not It's not good to this extent to be working with shades. I know that the world cannot be black and white. The world has shades, many shades, but not in this case. Otherwise, you're gonna complicate your application more. So, in this part, I clearly say that I prefer the university because of time studies, and I suggest that you highlight or paint the controlling idea so you have it clear. I'm gonna see what colors
Mhm.
I used in this part. Okay, so the first one, time of studies. I'm gonna leave it in that color. The second one, I put it in green, which is mm, future opportunities. I'm gonna write it in other color. Let me see. I'm gonna put it. Yeah. Yeah, this color. And the third one is purpose in a society. Purpose purple. So I chose purple. Where is the purple? I do not see any purple color. Here it is. Okay, so we have the 3 controlling ideas. We have already finished step 6. So as I repeat, as this is like very basic practice, I strongly suggest that you paint so you have it clear. I have, and these many years of experience I have, sometimes, of course, as a student, you can say, no, this is too much work because why I have to paint? I'm not studying education, I'm not studying kinder education. You might say it, I used to have that opinion too. But at least when you're a beginner and you do not paint and probably you get distracted and then you lose the focus and then you end it, you end writing about anything that doesn't have any relation to what you want to say. Okay, so then write up step 7, write a paragraph for each controlling idea. So I'm gonna paste my paragraphs. And let me paint them. Mhm. The first one should be a little bit like light blue thing. Mhm. Then the second is a little bit reddish. I think it's this one. Okay, Luis, can you please read the first paragraph, please?
Um, Secondly, from my experience,
Oh, the
I
first one.
found,
First of all, here.
first of all, from my point of view, the time of study is necessary for students who want to develop top-notch skills in a specific knowledge area. For instance, mining engineers must be concerned in theory and practice activities in the mine because they have to. Next page. Okay. Sustain production. I'm sure that without the 5 years studying, students could not make a good performance in jobs. Secondly, from my experience, I found that university students have a variety of opportunities, not only in private companies, but the government. For instance, most ministries in any country are people who have graduated from a university and have gotten a master's degree.
Mhm. So these are
Hmm.
my first two paragraphs. Remember, as I told you, use the transitions. Like for example, here is first of all. This gives a clear idea to the reader that this is first, my first reason. The Mayar is very obvious. You can do it better. You can put other more complicated expressions because this is basic. Secondly, from my experience, and I am supporting my ideas. The first one is remember time of studies. I said that time of studies 5 years in a university can give you more opportunities to do theory and practice. The second is future opportunities that, for example, you can have opportunities in private companies, the government, and most people could also get a master's degree if you have studied in a university. Let me copy my third reason, which is related to the role of universities in society.
Hmm.
Mhm. Can you read, please?
Thirdly, university students can be real decision makers not only for government but in companies. For instance, Gandhi studied law in a British university. This situation gave him the opportunity to understand the social issues in India and lead its revolution in 1947. That's why university students must develop technology and culture in society.
Mhm. So this is the last one, which is about the role of universities in societies. Well, it's obvious if you study in a university, then you get probably a master, then you can probably have those roles in societies as minister, or like, for example, Gandhi. And so these are my three paragraphs. Again, I repeat with my transitions there. So I have to write then a conclusion. Remember, the rule of a conclusion is that you paraphrase what you have already stated in the previous paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's paraphrasing what you said in the first paragraph, and forever and ever do not include new ideas in the conclusion.
Okay.
Mhm. If you add a new idea, a new reason in the conclusion, then everything you have been writing for probably like 16 minutes, in the four last minutes, something popped into your mind and you wrote a new reason, then automatically your essay will not be as good as you expect. So I'm gonna copy my example.
Mm,
Can you read it, please?
uh, in brief, in order to provide more opportunities to a country to develop by itself, we have the higher education. I strongly consider university studies offer a more productive time of studies, better job opportunities, and improvements in technology and values in society.
Thank you. So in this part, this is my transition also in brief. So you have many here, like in conclusion, in a nut, in brief, to end, to finish. Okay, comma, do not
Mhm.
forget. So here in the next part, what I said is that I paraphrase what is stated in my thesis statement. In my thesis statement, I am clearly saying that I will pick universities. Mm, which is it says here, from which I prepare a university plus blah 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 blah. It is only different words. It says in order to promote the country blah, 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 to have higher education, I strongly consider university students offer a more productive. All of this is like paraphrasing that part. So I would put it in the same color just for the ones who don't have it clear. This is actually the same that I put here. So my first reason is also the same color. So it will be time of studies. That's the same color. Then the other one is the reddish one, which is that mm, more opportunities in the future, which is better job opportunities, as I wrote also in the beginning. Um, so I'm going to put the reddish color. And the final one is improvements in technology and values in the society that I put in the purple color because it's the purple is the purpose in the society. So as you can see, I repeat the transition. You paraphrase yourself. You do not include any other reason. Also, you paraphrase your three controlling ideas. If you want, you can write here a question. If that's your style, you can do it. And then you're gonna put your paragraph together with the layout. Let me copy the layout. I'm gonna copy first my hook. I'm gonna divide my thing here. Is the second. This is divided now. Okay. So this is my hook. I'm gonna copy it there. Again, remember this is kind of a robotic practice only because it is a start. Then you can be doing things by yourself with your style. There's no problem there. There is some background information. Mhm. Then there is the thesis statement with my three controlling ideas. that I chose there. That's step 5. Mhm. Then I have to copy my 3 paragraphs, which is this one, and this one. Bloop. And here, all the paragraphs have already have their transitions. They are there. Then I have to write a conclusion, which is here with the 3 controlling ideas, which are here, and a question that I didn't include this in this example will be here. Then I take this out. So this will be my final essay. But remember, always in the exam, be careful with the time and read it before you submit it. Probably you will need to change things. I know time is very short and probably you won't have time to read it again, but that's the idea that you practice, practice, practice until you get it this like automatized. And then if it is automatic, you will have time for to give it a final check. So I'm going to read it. Universities worldwide represent the science and culture development of any particular society. To get higher education in most parts of the world, we have 2 main alternatives, universities and institutes, from which I prefer the university because I think I prefer, because I am talking here in plural, so I think I should change this one. I prefer universities because of time, science, future opportunities, and their purpose in society. Mhm. First of all, from my point of view, the time of the studies is necessary for students who want to develop top-notch skills in a specific knowledge area. For instance, mining engineers must be concerned in theory and practice activities in the mine because they have to sustain production. Ensure that without the 5 years studying, students could not make a good performance in jobs. Secondly, from my experience, I found what happened with this one. You see, that's why we have to check. I found that university students have a variety of opportunities, not only in private companies, but the government. For instance, more ministries in any country are people who, Mhm. Let me check this word. Mhm. I think I should pick ministers. In any country are people who have graduated from a university and even have gotten a master's degree. Mhm. Thirdly, university students can be real decision makers, not only for government but companies. For instance, Gandhi studied law in a British university. This situation gave him the opportunity to understand the social issues in India and led its revolution in 1947. That's why university students must develop technology and culture in society. In brief, in order to provide more opportunities to a country to develop by itself, we have higher education. I strongly consider university students offer a more productive time of studies, better job opportunities, and improvements in technology and values. So that's gonna be my example. And now I'm gonna stop sharing this one. And we're gonna pick one example from the same PDF that we have been using. What is this one? Okay, Luis, please, you are familiar with these topics. Pick a topic in which you are given options and you have to choose one.
Mm. Mm, mm. Can I do the first one on the left row?
Neighbors, neighbors
No,
are people. That one.
the left.
Ah, people attend college and university for many different
Mm-hmm.
reasons. That one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, people attend college or university for many different reasons. For blah 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 blah. Why do you think people attend college or university? Specific example to support your answer. Mm, mhm. Why do you think people attend college or university? Mm, yeah, probably in this question, it doesn't give me a clear idea if you're given, of course, you can say, yeah, but it gives me the two options, yes, colleges or universities. But this question, like, doesn't give me the
Isn't
full.
a compare and contrast question?
Mm, how about, if I think probably we can, how about this one? Can you read this one?
Some people think that they can learn better by themselves than with a teacher. Others think that it is always better to have a teacher. Which do you prefer?
Mhm, that is one, eh?
Mm.
You have two
Mm-hmm.
alternatives, but I have, if you don't like that one, I think I have another here. Read this one.
Should government spend more money on improving roads and highways, or should government spend more money on improving public transportation? Um, okay.
Mhm.
I think I
Uh,
like the first one more.
This one
That
about
one.
teachers.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay. So I'm gonna copy this one. I'm gonna put it in the chat box. There you go. Let's see. Okay, here you go. I'm gonna send you to your email the format, just as last class. Give me a couple of minutes, please. Okay, check your email, please. Let
Mm.
me know if you got my email.
Okay. Okay, got the email. Mm, mhm,
Did you get it?
mhm.
Okay,
I
so
got
please
it.
you can share your screen, you can paste the topic, and let's start working.
Mm,
You have there. Could you please make a little bit bigger
mm,
your document so I can read it better? A little bit more. Okay, that's much better. Thank you.
mm.
Remember that the most you have is 30 minutes. Until 10:20 the most. 2018.
Mm, mm,
You have made your mind. So teacher is better. Teacher provide more knowledge on the topic. Teacher can give you more resources. They can help you correct mistakes, notice flaws. Then in the second part, Luis, what you have to do is probably
Mm-hmm.
you have three good reasons. I agree with you.
Yes.
However, if you don't want to write long, you should only pick two. That's what I suggest. But if you consider that you can do it with the three, that's still fine. But remember, the three, it will end in in a five paragraph essay.
Mm-hmm. Mm, I have no idea what to write in this part.
Okay, just try to get some inspiration. Like, for example, that the teachers have been working throughout the history, I think, since the very beginning, or that the teachers can give as a result any other professions, any other people, or what you can do also, as I think we did last class, you can leave it for the end. You can write all the
Mm-hmm.
rest, and once you get some more ideas, more inspiration, you finally write the hook. That's also another way. Mhm.
Mm, mm,
No idea for the background.
No.
Probably, as I was telling you, for the cook, probably you can mention some things about history that, as I told you, to be a teacher, it has been working with humanity, I think, during all its existence.
Mm-hmm.
Or probably you can also mention, because you're picking topics like has more knowledge, like can correct the mistakes, probably you can write a probably you can write something like how better you are when you have a tutor, a trainer. Um, that can be a hook, and also in the background, probably you can write a yeah how a student is better with a teacher, or probably give some more ideas about history.
Mm.
Mhm. Yeah, that's right. And then another sentence for background. Only one sentence.
Mm.
You can mention there also examples because you're talking about that through the history, younger generations have learned from the previous generation. Probably
Mhm.
you can include an example who has been a teacher or somebody. That can be also another way.
Mm. Just that I don't have anything on my mind right now. Like,
You can skip that part, you can write it later, and you can start working on your thesis statement. That's fine too.
mhm.
In that part, the only thing you have to say is that you you have to clearly say that you prefer, you can paraphrase teacher, instructors, trainers, as you, whatever you like, because
Mhm.
of two ideas. That is also another style I use. It sounds very robotic, but when I was a beginner, and I am an engineer as first profession, my brain is used to be more mathematical stuff. So when I was a beginner, I would have written something like, uh, um, I consider that studying with a teacher is more effective for two ideas. That mathematical thing was my style previously. Of
Mhm.
course, instead of saying, but because of two reasons or two ideas, you can mention it because of blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. You can mention. But in the past, I
Mhm.
used to be very mathematic. So I used to write like that because of two big ideas, two convincing reasons. You can take that.
Mm. Mm. Wait, do I just copy and paste this, or do I have to write the controlling ideas?
No, you can highlight there in what you wrote, the highlight, like control, the two controlling ideas that we find, or copy paste and highlight so you have it clear. This is my controlling idea and this is my error. And I have to write paragraph for this and a paragraph for this, just to make sure that you have it clear.
Mm.
Good. There you go. Probably you can start including a transition, like for example, to start, comma, I would like to mention, or to begin, or as I mentioned in my very basic essay, like first I would say, or firstly I would say, and then your ideas will be
Yeah.
running by themselves. But if you don't start writing, you will be still thinking, 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 and never writing, and the time is gonna pass. So start with at least your transition. Remember that contractions
Mm.
is not are not a good idea for academic essays.
Right. Okay. Mm.
I think that's good for a paragraph. So then the other topic is the teacher is more knowledgeable in the topic that you're studying.
Mm.
What do you need now?
Transition.
Ah, what else do you need, Luis? Are you there? Luis? Luis, are you there?
Mm,
What are you missing, Luis?
Step 4.
Mm,
Background.
okay. Probably you can finish it for probably tonight, so I can check it overnight.
Okay.
Mhm. So tomorrow, what we are gonna do is more practice about this one. As you noticed
Mm-hmm.
in this opportunity, the time was not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this part is practice, practice, practice. That will be the only way for you to master. In some writings, you will be given only 20 minutes. In some others, 30. So you have to be faster. Okay. So tomorrow, same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So thank you. Talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye
Bye.
bye.